Hi, I'm Nick Cato with Leo Barrick, and today we decided to walk across the street from our offices to beautiful Coronado Beach to film this week's episode of Tax Concepts for Deal Professionals. Now, before you continue on, please stop, take a look of the description of this video, and look at the prerequisite videos and articles that we've listed out so you get the most out of this. That being said, if you've done that, let's go ahead and continue on. Today, we're going to be talking about a common restructuring transaction that you see when you're buying an S-Corp as a target. Now, in order to get a tax basis step up when you buy an S-Corporation, if you're buying more than 80% of it, you have to make what's called a 338 H10 election, which we talk about in some of our prior articles. So if you don't know what that is, be sure to read up on that. Now, the problem with that election is that the S-Corp needs to be a valid S-Corp for you to get that election to get your step up. And as you will probably come to find out from our prior articles, it is often difficult for an S-Corp to be a valid S-Corp because of all the onerous requirements to be an S-Corp. And so buyers are often, dubious of buying an S-Corp, making a 338 election, and relying on that election to get the step up. And so to avoid having to rely on that election, it's very common to make sellers undergo a restructuring before you buy the business in order to ensure that you get your step up without having to make that 338 election. You also can do this restructuring if you're buying less than 80% of an S-Corp, and a 338 election isn't a viable option. And so let's just start here. Imagine S-Corp here as a target. Remember, S-Corp parallelograms generally flow through entities. And so what you do is you have the owners of the S-Corp form a new S-Corp, what we call an NS here, and contribute the old S-Corp to it. So we have new S-Corp now owns old S-Corp, okay? And then immediately after, they drop it in, or a day after, depending on who you're working with, it's often common to convert the old S-Corp into an LLC. And because the old S-Corp, which is now an LLC, is wholly owned by the new S-Corp, this is a disregarded entity, right? LLC, one owner, as you know, is a disregarded entity. And so this transaction in its totality is what's called a 368 A1 Cap F transaction, or an F as in Frank reorganization, and it's tax-free to the sellers and to the S-Corp if done properly. Now, what this restructuring allows us to do is to go ahead and buy this disregarded entity right here, which has the old business in it, instead of buying the original target. And by buying the disregarded entity, as you guys know, you're able to get your tax basis step up. And so that is why you commonly see this restructuring being done on deals with S-Corp, to ensure that you as the buyer get a step up. All right, everyone, that's it for today. Thanks again so much for tuning in. Really appreciate your guys' time. Be sure to like and subscribe, and visit our website, leobarrick.com. Thank you.